Michelle, she has a brother. I have a son. Now he's about 28 years old. Of course, when we planned to have the next child, when my son was 5 years old, I wanted to have another child. So I did. I was pregnant. But, you know, when I was pregnant, that time I craved for a type of fruit from Thailand. I don't know whether you have in Australia, but at that moment, I knew that particular fruit contains a lot of pesticides. So of course, I did some cleaning. I soaked in the salt in water for some time. And of course, you know, sometimes when you're pregnant, you cannot control your craving. So every day I took about half a kilo of the fruit, you know. And 3 months later, I had a missed abortion. And of course, when our health department, they checked the sample of that particular fruit, and it contains lots of pesticides. So when I came to know about that, I was very upset. I killed my baby. So I was very, very sad. But today, when I look back, after I practiced Ganotherapy for 11 years, if I would have delivered that child, my child could have cancer. And that is the knowledge I try to get across to all of you. Prevention comes from pregnancy, especially for the next generation. Where you can see, our generation, I'm almost 60. My parents, they are in their late 70s and 80s. At that time, what do they take? Most of their food is not contaminated. And of course, the technology is not so advanced. They're not exposed to any mobile phone radiation or whatever radiation. So we are healthy. Maybe there's minimum damage to our DNA and all that. But you look at my generation. My generation is already, you see, we are exposed to a lot of pesticides and environmental pollution, environmental radiation, and this is the problem that causes DNA damage to the fetus. All right? So if you don't take any action, if the damaged DNA is caused here, now the child will grow healthily. It may not be any problem, but you have to understand that what I've told you, the food, the stress, yeah, it can trigger. If you have a pistol, you have the bullet. Is it dangerous? If you don't pull the trigger, it's not dangerous. Same thing with the damaged DNA. If it is damaged, but you have nothing to trigger it, it will not develop into a disease. So this is the knowledge we try to understand. You need to protect next younger generation, because today you can see the children, the teenager, what are the food they eat today? And what are the beverage they drink today? With all the carbonated drinks and all the fast food they take on a daily basis. And this is going to cause a lot of problems, and it can trigger off to a lot of disease like cancer. And you can see that cancer today not only affects the old people, and it affects all walks of life, including the young children who have not done anything wrong to themselves, but they suffer from cancer. Okay. Now you see, a pregnant woman, what she eats is going to determine whether the child is healthy or not. If the mother is taking a lot of what you call acidic food, she may have poor immune system. When she has poor immune system during pregnancy, especially the first 3 months of life, this virus can attack the baby. Especially the dangerous virus, what we call the German measles or rubella, that is going to destroy any organs development. So you can see that if the mother has rubella during pregnancy, normally the child has multiple congenital defects, from hearing, vision, to heart problems. Right? So we have to ensure a mother during pregnancy, she has good immune system at all times. And of course, the toxins there are a lot of food that mother takes. Sometimes you do not know whether the food contains toxins, especially whether it's additives or pesticides, and especially pesticides contains a lot of heavy metals. And all this can affect the DNA in the baby, especially the bone marrow. It can affect the bone marrow. And of course, if the mother is working in an environment that is filled with radiation, yeah, if you're working in the, for example, what are the electric appliances that give you radiation? Photostat machine, TV, and then of course your handphone, mobile phone. Microwaves, yes, good, thank you. Microwaves. You can look into your home. Most of the electrical appliances give up radiation, even the lighting. See, so, and all this radiation is going to affect the DNA in the baby, which will cause health problems in future. So how do you ensure the mother has good immune system, and of course to repair whatever DNA is being damaged? The best product, again, I will emphasize, is RG and GL. So for pregnant mothers, you can start them with 1246. All of you know about 1246, meaning if the mother has not been taking RGGL, you just start them with first week 1 pair of RGGL daily, then second week 2 pairs daily, third week is 4 pairs daily, and by fourth week 6 pairs daily. If the mother is a healthy lady, well, she can maintain 6 pairs for the rest of the pregnancy. Alright? And of course, the next product which is essential in pregnancy is spirulina. Now, if because I was also specialized in maternity, maternal and child health, and you know when patients come to us, we will dispense a lot of multivitamins. Yeah. But today, I believe that most mothers should take spirulina instead of multivitamins, because spirulina contains all the natural complete food for mother and baby fetal development. Okay, especially it contains a lot of nutrients like proteins, the minerals, and the irons, the chlorophylls, and for the maternal health and the child health. Okay, now. So, but if mother has problem, mother has poor immune system, always exposed to cough and cold, and she's anemic, of course, how much you can give her? Alright? Besides the 6-RG, the GL, you don't need to limit the GL. GL is just like a superfood. You can enhance the immune system, repair the DNA in the baby. Well, if the mother has poor immune system, then you give her 5 capsules 3 times daily. She can consume 15 capsules throughout her pregnancy. But before delivery, now what do you have to ensure? The mother must have a safe delivery to make sure she's not anemic. So by giving 10 tablets of spirulina 2 times a day to make sure she's not anemic. But sometimes we want to prevent unnecessary problems, like if the child has a delay in delivery, then the mother will be lack of oxygen, and the child will lack of oxygen. It can cause mental retardation. So we can give more GL. All right, you can take even 15 capsules to 30 capsules when she is about 36-week pregnancy to delivery. So give her more GL to ensure she has good platelet count, to ensure she has good oxygen level. If any delay in delivery, it will not cause problems. All right. Now that is pregnancy. And after confinement, you know, especially the Chinese, confinement, we have a special diet. I don't know about in Australia, do we have a special diet for confinement ladies? You don't. The Chinese will take lots of, especially our mother-in-law or even our mother will cook a lot of what we call confinement food. They will add some alcohol or wine, and they want you to eat whole chicken. Whole chicken to replace all the protein you have lost, they said. And to make sure you have a good immune system, they want to rebuild the body. And that caused a lot of problems. Because after my first child, my mother-in-law cooked this type of food for me. And of course, I also consumed this type of food. And after the confinement, I had lots of problems, especially the backache. And I find that after confinement, I was so weak. Yeah, but today I'm healthy than I was. Because at 42 years old, I have arthritis. I can't even bend my knees. And when I hold my newspaper, I have numbness. And I can't drive properly long distance because of poor circulation, I have numbness. But today, I am more healthy than I was 42. Yeah? Yeah. Babies. Baby. We have a beautiful baby today. She's so fortunate she had her Ganoderma when she was in mother's womb. And she's breastfeeding. You look at her. The mother loves her so much. The best food for the baby is breastfeeding. And of course, when you're nursing your child, the mother needs to maintain good immune system, the good nutrients. The best nutrients for nursing mother is spirulina. So you can take about 10 tablets 2 times a day to ensure you have enough protein and can produce enough breast milk for your child. And also make sure you have good immunity. You can take more GL. Okay? So now, when your child is about 2 months to 3 months old, you can start to give your child GL. Yeah? You can put 1 capsules. Just mix it in a spoon. If she's breastfeeding, she doesn't want the bottle. Just mix it in the teaspoon. Some water, just feed your child. Yeah, she loves it. Yeah, she can take 1 to 2 capsules a day. Because when your child has poor immune system, it's very dangerous. If she has a virus infection and the child has fever and she has meningitis, oh, you're going to cause a lot of problems. And a beautiful child's being born, but with a poor immune system, you can see that we are giving the child some health problems. Okay? And of course, what about the toxins? For those mothers who have not been taking Ganoderma during pregnancy, a lot of toxins may have gone from the mother to the baby. So you need to detoxify, right? So you can give the child GL. When you have a good immunity, the toxins can be eliminated. And at the same time, when you start to give semi-solid food to your child, you can just grind some spirulina, make into a powder. You don't have a spirulina capsule, do you, Goy?
Not yet.
It's okay. You can just soak the spirulina in the water, it will dissolve, and then you can mix with the semi-solid food for your child. So it is very good for our babies, especially spirulina not only contains all the superfood for the baby development, but it contains green food, which is the chlorophyll. Okay, to rebuild the red blood cells and the bones, etc. So, we want a healthy baby. What about toddlers? Now, this is Michelle. Why I put her here? Being a mother, we want the best for our child. Now, because I went through, just I'll share with you, because I lost a second pregnancy. Michelle was a precious lady to me. So I planned my diet during pregnancy. And at that time, I did not know that Michelle was born in 1993. That time, I did not know DXN. So I would try to avoid. I try to avoid most of the food that is contaminated with pesticides. So a lot of food during pregnancy, I didn't take. But after delivery, I have the wisdom. I also breastfed her. I took no paid leave. Stayed at home, just feed her. And for 3 years, I'm feeding her with breast milk. Yeah. Well, she was very healthy for the first year of life. She was very healthy, never have any cough and cold. So, but when I started the semi-solid food when she was 6 months old. And she started, because in Malaysia, we will cook some rice, yeah, blended with fish, potatoes, carrots, vegetables, and all that. And of course, those are all acidic food. And she started to have cough and cold very frequently. And although I breastfed her, that is not enough to maintain her good immunity. So one day, at this age, when she was 1.5 years old, I noticed one day, when she had mosquito bites, she had a lot of bruises on her lower legs. I was so frightened, I thought my Michelle had leukemia. So I took her to the hospital for a thorough investigation, and they found that she had a very dangerous virus. And that virus would destroy and break up all the microcirculations. And the doctor told me that my child had the risk of hemorrhage in every organ, including the kidneys, liver, and the brain. Of course, I was so worried because she is my precious child. And I'm sure all the mothers here, your child is your precious child. You will do all sort of things to protect your child. And here you are. How do you ensure your child has a good immune system? Start giving them GL and spirulina, that is the best. Okay? So for children at this age, you can give her 2 capsules daily or even 3 capsules daily with some spirulina and some RC for detoxification. Alright? So even the play school, in Malaysia, we always have this problem. We call it mouth and foot disease. You have it in Australia? Same problem? Then you must go to the play school and tell the principal. Or even have organized a health talk session and talk to the parents. How do you protect your child in the preschool? I send a healthy child to the school and she comes back with mouth and foot disease. I send a healthy child to the school, she comes back with frequent cough and cold. It's because, you see, in the school is a crowded area. And then whatever food the school provide or if the parents provide the child is all acid food. When the child has poor immune system, they will have a lot of chance to get bacterial infection, virus infection, and this is the time the parents, you need to protect your child from dangerous virus. You do not know one day what sort of dangerous virus will come and attack our child. An immune system is something you need to maintain on a daily basis. You have a pot of flower here. You love your pot of flower? Okay, I water my flower every day. I will put some fertilizer every day. And then you take some worms a day, take away all the pests. But if you don't take care of the plant, one day it's dried up there and start to pour water. Can you revive your plant? You can't. It will take a long time. Same thing with our immune system. You have to love your immune system on a daily basis. Right? So what is the best product for this group of children? Again, you can give them lots of GL and lots of spirulina. Don't have to count how many tablets, because that is not going to harm your child. Some parents say, oh, how many? 1 capsule? Is it okay? Or more? How long should my child take? No, you don't have to count it. Yeah? My Michelle can take 10 capsules for GL, but if he, in fact, for the information, for the recent Chinese New Year, she was ill. She was very ill and she was vomiting for 24 hours. I couldn't say because she was under stress because she wanted to come to Flinders University and there were a lot of documentation was not up to date, so we were both worried. And because of that, she had poor immune system and she had food poisoning. So the day before the Chinese New Year, she was vomiting for 24 hours. I was so worried. I took her to the hospital and they said it could be food poisoning. But I gave her the antibiotics, it didn't work. So I pumped her lots of DXN products. She took the GL powder, 1 bottle to 2 bottles a day. 1 bottle, for information, is 60 capsules. You just shake it up, and of course, the more enzyme that I gave her. Actually, you should have some more enzyme here. Yeah. More enzyme. You know, I gave her all the products, but she wanted much continue giving. But the more enzyme, when I gave her 30 ml, just 1 dose, it stopped her vomiting. Because the more enzyme contains the enzyme with good bacteria, and when it goes to the stomach, it will attack all the bad bacteria. She recovered completely, and she's well today. Right?
I'll just clarify a bit.
Yeah.
Morinzi is, Morinzyme is further fermented from this.
Yes.
So that's another product if you don't have it at the moment.
Yeah. Morinzi is business good for gastrointestinal problem. Yeah. When I share with you the product knowledge, I will tell you how good is Morinzi. Yeah, how essential it is. Yeah. For secondary school children, the teenager, yeah, when they are 12 years old to 18 years old, they are in the secondary school. In Malaysia, we call it secondary school. In Australia, what do you call it? Same secondary school, high school. Yeah. You know, at this age, this group of children, I'm worried about. They don't eat at home. They take the money, they go out, buy whatever they like, especially the fast food. Yeah. And of course, they are also under a lot of stress. And this is the time you need to educate this group of children. And otherwise you drink too much carbonated drinks and all that. And I found a lot of young girls, teenagers as this age, they have hormone imbalance. And maybe if they have hormone imbalance, at the age of 15, 16, I have so many young girls come to me with either ovarian cysts or the cysts in the breast. They're so young, they shouldn't have all these problems. It's because of their stress and the food they take. So they have all these hormone-inducing problems. So and all this can be avoidable. So what you can give this group of children is, you give them algae and GL, yeah? They can take up to 6 capsules a day, 6 packs a day, right? And spirulina, besides, it is a superfood and it's a good food to balance our hormones, especially ovarian functions, right? And of course, Morinzi. Morinzi is very good for hormones, men and women. So if you have balanced hormones, so you can see that you have tall, young gentlemen and beautiful pretty girls. So you need hormones to determine whether you're a man or a young lady. So these are the range of products which is very good for you. And college student and university student. Yeah, especially now my daughter is in the university, of course. She's going to be under a lot of stress. You know, my girl, she wants to be the best in the class. And that's the problem. I don't expect her to be at the top of the class, but she said if she's not the top, she feels that she's not happy. So she's under a lot of stress, and of course, throughout her school life, and she's taking a lot of algae, GL, spirulina, Morinzi, Lion Man. Lion Man is very good for children with stress because it's going to affect their stomach. Yeah, Lion Man, make use of the Lion Man. For health maintenance, they can take 3 capsules 2 times. But of course, if you have gastrointestinal problem, you can take more. Like for chemotherapy patient, I give them 10 tablets 3 times. Right? Okay. And I also give her Morinzi and Codipine, which is very good for what you call balance her acidic body when she is stressful. For working adults, in Malaysia, people at this age, when they finish their university, they are on a roller skater. Why? They want money, work. They can work 18 hours for the money. Why? Because they want a good house for the wife, and they want to save a lot of money for the children's education. See? So when they work hard and they don't take care and maintain a good health, a lot of people at the early 30s to early 40s, and this group of people, most of them, some of them, will have cancer. You can see that cancer now is affecting people at younger age. So this group of people, you give them the whole range. And you know, coffee is good for them. Coffee is good for them to reduce their stress. Of course, the algae and GL, minimum 6. And then Codipine, Morinzi, spirulina. And of course, the lemon, etc. A vinaigrette is very good. Vinaigrette, make use of the vinegar. That is very good for balancing your pH. And a good combination, if you mix it with roselle juice or isplasm. Yeah?
It's a rice, monascus, it's a rice type of vinegar.
Yeah,
so it's very alkaline, and it tastes fantastic on salads.
Yes. Oh, yeah, on salads. Yeah, very good for salads. And also, if for beverage, you mix it goes very well with roselle juice. Roselle is very good for rich in vitamin C. So maybe we'll take 30 ml roselle juice because it's sweetened, and vinegar is sour, but you can put 10 ml and enjoy your meal. It can balance your pH. Okay. So, for the middle-aged people, this is very important because for people who are reaching pre-menopause and post-menopause. Why menopause is very important to make sure you have good health. For example, if a lady, before she reaches menopause, she has high blood pressure, diabetes, when she reaches menopause, she's going to have more problems. Because when you reach menopause, you're going to face more blood vessels related problem. Okay, especially also you will face osteoporosis. So the best product for this group of people, you have to maintain at least a 6 pair, 1, 2, 4, 6, maintain 6 pair of LGGL, and then to prevent their osteoporosis, you can take about 5 tablets of spirulina 3 times a day. Okay, and cordyceps is very good for this group of lady for improved blood circulation and also balance the hormonal functions. Okay.
How much?
Sorry, the cordyceps. Yeah. Sorry, the cordyceps. Yeah, you can take 2 tablets 2 times. Yes, yeah, for improved circulation and maintain their blood circulation. Of course, for men, you also can take that because men, when you reach 50 and above, you will have a lot of hormonal problems. You can improve the good health of the prostate. So reduce the problem with the prostate. Yeah. So so same thing, men and women, you can take that. Of course, with Morinzi and Codipine is very good for prostate problems too. For old age, now I told you that God loves all of us. Yeah, our human lifespan should be 120 years old. So to reach old age, how old? All of us want to be 120 years old and be healthy. Be healthy. I do not live up to 120 years old and I need someone to nurse me. No, I don't want Michelle to take care of me when I am 120 years old. I want to be on the stage talking about Ganotherapy when I am 120 years old. Ah, thank you. Thank you. See? So you see, but why we cannot maintain our longevity? Because our health status, yeah, our health span, I would say health span, if you do not maintain your health span, well, in between your life, then you have high blood, diabetes, then you will develop a lot of complications, and that shorten your lifespan. So if you want to live longevity with good health, then you maintain your health span. So all of us here should have the wisdom to maintain good health span, and I want to see all of you at 120 years old. Yes, thank you. All right. So you see, now the beauty about DXN products, if you are healthy, you maintain good health. But when you're sick, it heals the sick, because this range of products, it heals the cells, the organs, the tissues, and the systemic functions. So the problem today, I may look healthy, but you do not know what problem I have. And majority of the people today, due to acidic body environment, we are all in pre-renal stage of health. You do not know how healthy you are. That is the problem. That's why I would like to ask Nguyen, when you give RZ and GL, your client complain a lot of reflections, yes. That is the healing effects. Because RZ is the king. You know, when I reply emails, you know, from a lot of international leaders from UAEs and all that, so because they only have Reishi, the lady only have microdata, they don't have GL. So they have to give Reishi. And you find that most of their clients, after taking Reishi, pain you. When they have a reaction, they say, oh, your product is no good, you make me sick, I'm healthy now, I'm sick. Actually, that reflection indicates you have hidden health problems. Because Ganoderma, it goes to your body looking for problems. Looking for problems. Because when they have problems, you go to the cell, he will heal it, and you rebuild it, and regenerate your cell functions. So when you have reflections, do not be afraid. But why I come up with this range of products, I learned through my experience. When your body is very acidic, you have a lot of clogged microcirculation. When you give algae, your patient will not be happy because they complain they have a lot of pains. Yeah? Okay. But you start with, that is the secret recipe I'm going to give to Gwen, so that in future she will manage the Ganotherapy better. So normally I will start patients with lots of health problem. You heal them step by step, right? So start them with Morinzi, Colipi, or even vinaigrette to balance the pHness. And of course you can give what you call spirulina straight away, 5 tablets 3 times a day for maintaining, and GL and cordyceps, especially for old people. For old people who are 65 and above, or maybe they are 70 and above, they have high blood pressure, and you can expect them to have a lot of microcirculation, then you hold on their RG first. I always say RG is the king, GL is the queen. But sometimes you cannot put RG first because the healing effect is too powerful. So you hold back. Then you tame down the body environment first by giving GL and cordyceps. And I'm sure your old patient, the elderly patient, will appreciate, because when you go through the therapy, they don't have much reflections. So they're happy. Then when their body is more balanced, then you start with RG 1, 2, 4, 6. And most of the patients will not complain. Okay? Now, so you can see you're very blessed. The Australians are very blessed. You have Codified, you have Morinzi, you have RG, GL, cordyceps, lion mane, spirulina. I can see you have also energy. Energy is very good product because it's very alkaline. Do you know the history of energy? And many years ago, when in India they have the first outbreak of bird flu, it killed a lot of people, except Indians. I think women will know about this story. Why? Because the Indians, they take a lot of energy. And energy, they claim it as a natural antibiotics because it is good to enhance the immune system, it balances the pH in the body, so it will make your body environment not suitable for virus. You see, so energy is good for balancing the pH. So for people with cancer, because their body is acidic, you can also give them some energy. You can start them with 1, 2, 4, 6. Yes, and then you can maintain at 6. Okay? And energy is also very good for liver function. Liver function. So those people with liver problems, you can give them some energy. Okay? And of course, those people with acute infection like virus or bacteria, okay? It's a good chance to give them energy. Right? Now, testimonies. I have lots of testimony. I'm sure you also have some testimony. You want your people to share, or I talk about my testimony? Okay. Now, I have a lovely dog, Chow Chow, Chow Chow. And because we have to leave him behind, we're traveling outstation, so we ask our neighbor to take care of our dog, not my dog. Okay. Then, because unfortunately, my dog was given because it was overnight, could be contaminated, and my dog has diarrhea. Diarrhea? What do I do? GL. I just open up my GL and mix with the dog food, and within a day, you can see my dog is well. So you can see GL can be given to animals. So you can see if you have pet at home, your dog, your cat, even your bird. You know, in Malaysia, we have a group, some people, they like to put their bird out there, and the bird will sing song, singing birds. Huh? When you give them GL and cordyceps, you can sing louder. Yeah? Sing louder. Because they increase their lung function, they have good oxygenation. Yeah? They can sing louder. And the fighting cock in Indonesia. You know, in fighting Indonesia, they fight and see which cock will lose. And those cock that's infected with GL, they can win the battle. Yes, yeah. So give to animals. So especially when we have livestock, we have a lot of farms in Australia. Yeah,
it's against the law.
You against the law, so I don't. Okay. All right.
Actually, I have some friends who have breeding horses.
Oh, horses.
And one horse is very sick. It's a racing horse.
Yes.
And he was quite sick. We put him on microdiet.
Yes.
We give him 1 sachet a day.
Yes.
And give him recovered very well.
Yes. It can be given. Okay, this can be personal. You don't have to go to government. You have to go to government because if you're a friend who has animal that is sick, share with them. Share with them, and you can save the animals. Yeah. Now, obesity is a common problem in Malaysia because they love to eat, and of course they eat too much. So I say they eat too much, and also they drink too much carbonated drinks and all that. This child, my friend's son, I came to know about him when he was 4 and 5 years, same age with myself. 4 or 5 years old, I said, oh cute, I'm a hug the boy, oh cute boy. But when he is at this age, I would not say he's cute, he's fat. Yeah. So in fact, my friend, that was why she lost his weight. It was about 1.5 years or 2 years ago. The child developed problems because being obesity, you have poor immune system, and this child developed lung infection. So he has to be hospitalized. And what happened was when he went into the hospital, and the doctor started to do some blood tests and investigations, and found that he is also diabetes. Yeah, he's a diabetic patient also, and he has high blood pressure. So the doctor has to hospitalize him and will try to stable his blood sugar with insulin. Also, he said he had to take a course of antibiotics. But of course, when he recovered from his lung infection, so the doctor said, okay, you have to stay in for further investigation for stabilizing his blood sugar. But the mother was upset. The mother was sad, and so she said, no, I take my child home. She doesn't want the child to be on insulin. So she took the child home, and of course the mother changed the diet 360 degrees. Boil all the food without oil, yeah, and control all his carbohydrates. Take lots of fruits and vegetables, and he has to exercise. So he encouraged him to play badminton, yeah, play badminton. And of course, he's taking DXN products, RGGL, Warren Z, Mycovegi, and within 8 months, he lost lost about 20 kilos. He was about 93 at this size. He can downsize, he'll be about 60 plus. So now he's a young, handsome guy with lots of girlfriends. You see? And this is his mother. Yeah, we were good friends. We started together in DXN, yeah. And of course, because she doesn't know how to make full use of the DXN products, so sometimes the child doesn't take DXN products properly. So now, what is the problem now? So she just made his son healthy. Yeah. This girl is that boy's sister. And what happened was, she came to me 2 years ago with ulcer in the tongue, ulcer. And of course, the ulcer wasn't healing for 4 months, so I told the mom, you better go for some further investigations, because any ulcer that's not healing, it could be cancer. So I told her to go to the hospital, and yes, she went to the hospital for investigation and took some biopsy, and it's cancer. It is tongue cancer, and of course, this tongue cancer is already spread to a few lymph nodes at the neck. There are 4 enlarged lymph nodes, and of course, the doctor says he needs to go for surgery, but the surgery was so drastic. The doctor planned. The tongue is like this, yeah? You cut the tongue into half, and use some muscle here to do some plastic surgery, and then she will follow by chemotherapy. So can you imagine a young pretty girl at this age without a tongue? You can't talk properly without a tongue. Can you eat properly without a tongue? You can't. So the mother has the wisdom. So of course she rejected all the offer from the hospital. She came to me. So I looked at her medical report. Well, it was quite good because her cancer is only up to her lymph nodes, her lungs, her organs, everything was clear. So what I did was, I told her to use mycodiet. Okay? like morning, I allow her to get a bowl, pour out the Mycovita, 1 sachet, and that is not enough. I feel that she needs more GL. So I pour another bottle of GL powder, which is equivalent to 60 capsules of GL. Because in Mycovita, if you have about 30 RT and 30 GL, yeah, it's equivalent, but I need more GL. So I top up with GL powder, then I add 30 ml Morinzi, 30 ml Codipine, and then of course add some water, make into a paste. Now, anything with mouth ENT problems, you need to come in contact. So make into a paste is suck it. So that sachet, she has to finish it in the first half of the morning. And in the evening, she has to take another sachet. So she's taking 2 sachets a day. And of course, with the spirulina, she's taking 10 tablets 3 times, and Lion Man 10 tablets 3 times, yeah, and some cordyceps, 5 tablets 3 times. So this whole range of products she's taking. And after 3 months, this girl is without any modern medicines, and the tongue healed. So that is why the mother is very happy with our products. Yeah. So the next topic I want to show you is about diabetic foot. Yeah. This old lady, in fact, she had diabetes for a long time. When she developed the diabetic ulcer, she was unable to walk properly. You know, that's why I always told the people, when you want to live up to old age, you please maintain your health span. Because if your children, you know, in Malaysia, it's our duty to look after our aged parents. We are brought up that way. We have to look after our aged parents. If you send our parents to a nursing home, well, you find that it's not very pleasant. Yeah. So this old lady, because of her diabetic foot and someone to nurse her, the children, they are not happy. So we had a lot of noises in the house. They grumbled. So the mother was unhappy with the children, so she came all the way from the south to Kuala Lumpur. That's how she met my son. My son, I also trained him to become a naturalist. My son is an engineer, right? Now, when she met my son, and of course, she can't afford to take optimum doses, what I said just now. So she only take two capsules of the algae, and 2 capsules of the GL, and 5 tablets of the spirulina, and some Morinzi, 20 ml Morinzi 2 times. And you can see, 9 days after she's taking, you can see that, you know, previously it was dark and dull, you know, and later on you can see the leg is fleshy and bright because of circulation. When you have good circulation, then the cell will heal. And of course, eventually, the ulcer is completely healed. We are unable to take the photo because now she's healthy, she has gone back to the sun in the sun. So we are unable to take the photo when she's completely healed. You can see, right? Now, this is a gentleman with liver problems. He is a hepatitis B carrier. Well, you know, when you have hepatitis B virus, and when your immune system is good, this virus, of course, it will not create havoc. The host of the virus is liver. But when you have poor immune system, this liver will come out and attack your liver. And of course, this gentleman, he started to have problem. In fact, what do you call, alpha fetoprotein, it wasn't at optimum yet. The one he showed me was higher. And of course, he lived in Sarawak, so he had to fly to Kuala Lumpur for bigger hospitals, and that's how I met him, because he is one of my pastor's father-in-law. So I met him in the church, and of course, after that, when I put him on Mycovita, yeah, he was taking 1 sachet daily, and with the 30 ml of Morinzan twice a day, you can see the result. And of course, I had one more, it was back to normal, less than 15. Yeah? And many more testimonies on liver functions. Yeah? Lately, I have another one also with hepatitis B problems, and he already developed cirrhosis of the liver, and he has ascites. Ascites. So I only gave him GL powder with qualifying, and that his ascites subsided completely within 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That was 3 weeks. And another patient, he is in his almost late 40s, almost 50. And this gentleman came to me because he had a history of pancreatic cancer. Right? And then he went to the hospital, had a surgery, and then he went home. The doctor was waiting for him to have the wound being healed, and then sent him for chemotherapy. What happened was, before he's able to go for the chemotherapy, he developed complications of the liver. And then the doctor took his blood and found that he is also a hepatitis B carrier. And he has pus coming out from his liver. And he also developed ascites. He was all bloated up, and he has to walk like this. Yeah. So, of course, this family is very blessed. They heard about me. So the mother and the children came to me. So I told them, if you believe, because doctor said there is no cure for him. So I said, if you believe, please follow this way. I gave him 1 bottle of GL powder with 30 ml quinine, 30 ml of morphine for the initial stage. Yeah? And why make it into a watery paste and just feed him throughout the day. And within 3 days, when I went to the hospital, he got up from the bed without swelling. So this is the range of product that is regenerate your cells, tissues, and organs and systems. So the best product for liver, yeah, is GL, Codipine, Morinzi, Spirulina, and Protein. But today, of course, he's taking the whole range of the products because he had a history of pancreatic cancer, and now he's turning into the third year, the doctor could not find cancer. So he never go through chemotherapy. You see, this type of miracles, you can only find in DXN. Why I love DXN? I tell you, DXN is in my blood. Especially we have so many nurses here. If we are nurses, you only can make your patient comfortable, make them comfortable, but you cannot help them to become any more healthier. Yeah. So I'm proud to be here because we have nursing background. Helen, please come and join my team. Gwen, please come and join my team and our gentleman over there. Yeah. So we have the background of nursing career, and we are very humble people. We can accept this type of truth. So I need a team, the healing angels to help me. And all of you can be healing angels. Okay? This lady, I only met her in November. A miracle happens to her. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. You know, when she came to me, I do not know this girl. I went for exercise, and this lady came to me, very friendly. So, and she told me about her daughter's problem. Of course, when I went to see the daughter in November, that was a sad story. She was diagnosed to have ovarian cancer in May 2010. She went through surgery. She had the ovary, uterus, everything removed. Okay? And at that time, the doctors considered it was a good case because none of the lymph nodes was affected. So she just went through 6 cycles of chemotherapy. And then she was happy. But however, 1 year later, that was November 2011, it was just before Christmas. And when she came to me, she showed me the report. That was the report she gave to me with clinical history, previous cancer, ovary, and the doctor said, Curie, they were very sure that it was recurrent, because she has so many nodules at her abdominal region, and especially there was one biggest one at the para-aortic lymph nodes. Yeah. And the doctor said she has to go through chemotherapy again, and she refused. She was so frightened because when she had the first time the chemotherapy went to the vein and she had a lot of pains and suffered a lot from the side effects of the chemotherapy. So she refused. Now, before this. So she came to me, I gave her GL powder because now you have to be very careful when you treat cancer patients, Kuwait and Helen, right? Because when you give them RG, especially when they have lymph nodes, if the lymph nodes is near the major organs, RG, I told you, is very aggressive in killing cancer, but you have reactions. Your lymph nodes will be expanding, constricting, due to it improve the blood circulation and the lymphatic system, so it will increase, reduce, and because it's attacking the cancer. And some patients cannot stand the rejection. So to be on the safe side, to ensure the patient have proper treatment, I always start them from GL. So I was giving her GL powder, which is 60 capsules of GL, 3 times daily. All right? So she opened up all the capsules. Now, if you don't have powder, you open up the capsule, get a shaker and shake it up, and she drank it with 30 ml of Morinzi and codifying 3 times daily. 3 times daily. She's also taking spirulina 10 tablet 3 times daily, and Liamen 10 tablet 3 times daily. And of course, being a medical profession, we have to protect our patient, right? So I said, of course, she has with the GL powder, she has a lot of reactions, pain here and there. And she even, when she sneezes, she has some blood-stained mucus. So I said, you need to make sure that you're okay. You must go for another scan. So I took her to one of the best oncology in Kuala Lumpur. You know, the oncology look at her. I was with her, so the oncology asked her, now, November, January, February, 3 months, what have you been doing? Asked that girl. She said, no, I did not do anything because I did not intend to go through the chemotherapy, so I was taking Jane's products. The oncology was laughing, I don't believe in alternative medicine. I don't believe in any food supplement. She said, so this young lady asked the doctor, so what can you do for me? She said, oh, you have to go to chemotherapy. And what is the prognosis? She said, no, I just can try do my best to prolong your life. Oh, that was very sad. So anyway, just to make sure that she doesn't have any metastasis elsewhere, the doctor do another scan. I praised the Lord because she agreed to have another scan to prove. Otherwise I have nothing to prove. And this is the new scan that she had. Nothing at all. No metastasis, no lymph nodes. And of course, when she went back to the oncologist, oncology was shocked to see this result because he was expecting her to have multiple metastasis elsewhere. But you see, the biggest lymph node, as you can see, how big was it? And here, nothing at all. And she has been taking our products for only 2 months. And this is the biggest miracle that I had. So she believes. And this is my biggest happiness lately. And that was my Chinese New Year gift before I came here. Yeah. This is another lady I met in Hungary. She is a doctor. You know, in Hungary, it's not like here when I give seminar, all of you can understand English, that's good, but in Hungary, they can't understand English. So they need an interpreter. And she was one of my interpreters. And of course, after the presentation, she asked me, Jane, for your information, I'm a doctor, but I have some problems. And she told me she had ovarian cancer. And of course, that was the year 2010, October, when I learned that. So she said she had ovarian cancer, and I went to her house. She gave me a nice lunch, and I went to her house. In Budapest, the house is in the upstairs, and along the staircase, she full of fruits. She had lots of fruits, you know. And every morning she blend her food, blend the fruit juices. And with that, she said she never take meat. She still has cancer. She asked me, what is the problem? Her stress. Stress, because she has to give lecture in university. Yeah. So stress can also cause problem, even though you can be on very healthy diet. Yeah. So when she had this ovarian cancer, she went for the surgery. Okay, the doctor, because she is young, she wanted to have babies, so the doctor only removed the ovary. Of course, she was sad too. She said she will be less opportunity to become pregnant. She wanted to have the child badly. Yeah. So in the end, I told her it's okay. You just take some DXN products. So she's taking some algae and GL. She's taking minimum dose, because she's a doctor. So she has to. She said I cannot take a large dose like what Jane says. So she takes minimum 6 pairs, and of course she takes some spirulina, some podifine, and some orenzi. And last year June, I went back to Budapest to give the health seminar again. She did not turn up. She did not turn up because normally when I'm there, she will come and greet me, and then that day she did not turn up. But she gave me a call. She just delivered a beautiful baby. Don't you think I'm happy? Yeah. She was worried that she couldn't get pregnant, but she has a beautiful baby girl. And that is my happiness. What can you give her? She wanted a baby. Yeah. Have I earned a lot to become a millionaire to become happy? No. You help people. You save people's life. And that is the biggest blessing I have. And see? This one I've mentioned. And this is another young gentleman. He is in his late 20s. You know, my son, William, is a difficult person. When he was in the university, I said, now William, you're under stress, you have to take the range of product. Oh, he's very, very obedient. Whatever algae, GL, spirulina, polypop, oh, it's okay. And during the exam, it's even worse. I cannot find GL capsules in my house. He will gobble about 30 capsules a day just to make sure he has mental alert and his good immune system to go through the exam. And most importantly, he knows that GL gives him good memory. He wants to get good grades. So I lost all my GL capsules. And he bought all my GL capsules, but he has done not anything for me. He said, if I go and tell people about DXN product, I lost all my friends. That's what he said. My boy, he's taking all my products and he's not returning me any in return. But what happened? His friend, after he finished university, my son started to go to the gyms. Yeah, he likes fitness, and this is one of his gym trainer. And this gym trainer, he noticed that he wasn't that healthy. Sometimes when during the training, and this gentleman comes. And so my son started to find out what's wrong with him, and he found that he has leukemia, because he's lack of oxygen and he's anemic, and of course he has to go to the hospital for monthly transfusion. And after that, he couldn't train my son anymore. So my son was very upset. So told him that, okay, my mom's this product is good, you must take it. Nah, I believe only in doctors. So if you only believe in the doctors, my son couldn't do anything at all. You know what my son did? He loves his friends so much. So I have a lot of stock in my, although I'm not a stockist, but I only have stock for my patients. So he took my 10 bottles of GL powder, he paid the money, my son paid the money, but he took the GL powder and gave to the friend. Please take it, 1 bottle a day. But the friend said, oh, I take one third. So trying to bargain with my son, you know. So 1/3 of the bottle, that means 10 bottles, last him for 1 month. And my son supplied him for 3 months. My son challenged him. If you take for 3 months, you don't see any good result with it. And of course, after 1 month, 2 months, and he's getting better and better, and he does not need any more monthly blood transfusion. And today, he is healthy after 4 years. And of course, before that, the doctor said, oh, in this type of condition, you may only is able to live for 1 year. And my son is sad to hear the story, but today he is still very healthy. Yeah? He's only taking 1/3 of the bottle, that means 10 capsules of GL powder a day. But today, of course, he is taking some other products like spirulina, Morinzi, and Conipine, etc. So you see, my son, because of the friend, and because I am a computer illiterate, he has to feed my computer with all the information, and he learned. He understands how essential is ganotherapy, and he followed me to Europe, and today my son is also a very good ganotherapist. Yeah. Another child in Hungary, and this child, in fact, I did not meet him, I treated him through email. Now, one of the friends emailed me, and this child has leukemia, so during the chemotherapy, the child was unwell, couldn't even get out of bed. So that lady said, what can he take? So I said, this child can take 1 bottle of GL powder daily, or in divided doses, meaning 60 capsules, meaning you take 20 capsules, you open up, shake it out, and drink 3 times daily. But unfortunately, this mother is unable to. The good deeds that I want to share with you, the Hungarians, they have a fantastic leader, they have a product fund. What they do, all the leaders, they don't contribute money, they contribute products. They know that what are the products I give for treatment, they will donate Conipine, some will donate GL powder, so they have lots of products. So this child came for sponsor. So he's on free DXN products. Okay? So of course, when he takes GL powder, he went through the chemotherapy without problem. When I was there, I didn't expect to have this testimony. That lady that gave this child the GL powder came forward, immediately fit in this picture, and she spoke the story. And that was the story she told. Don't you think I shed my tears. I said, give a big applause to the lady for her. This is the happiness I have in the DXN. You can't get it anywhere else. You save a life. And this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Okay? You can see how healthy he is. He got up, he can play. And this picture was taken March 2010. And this one was June 2011. So this is same lady, but 2 different pictures. Right? This was taken earlier. When I went there in March 2010, this lady was presented with a lot of problems. Do you know what she had? She's 68 years old. She had history of congenital abnormalities in the uterus, so she underwent a lot of surgeries. Yeah? And of course, she also suffered from thrombosis. She also had embolism in the lung, and she also diagnosed to have breast cancer. She also had tinnitus. Tinnitus is the ringing in the ear. So all these health problems, she thought she would not live. However, when I saw her in June 2011, that was last June, last summer I went in Hungary, she came forward with this picture. She said, Jane, can you recognize me? She asked me to make sure that I remember her. Of course I remember her, because when she came to me at this time, I prescribed the DXN products for her. The RT, GL, spirulina, all the range of products we have here, we have in Hungary. And it has been approved by European Union for your information. Yeah? The Conipine, the Morinzi, the vinaigrette, LGGL, and Limonman, etc. and Condicel. She's taking all the range of products, including the spirulina, and of course, she has heard about how good is spirulina. I told her you can take 10 tablets 3 times. However, do you know how many tablets she's taking? I got a shock when she told me. She must be very rich. She's taking 100 tablets a day. She's taking 100 tablets a day. And that suits her health problems because she has cancer in the bones also. And she's being a breast cancer. Spirulina is very good for hormone inducing. and she's well. When she came forward and shared this testimony, again I cried. I love to cry. You know, I love to cry and with tears of happiness. Tears of happiness, right? And when this is the sponsor, so when she came forward to tell the testimony, and of course, after I left Sopron, I went to Budapest on the last day of my seminar. She gave an email of appreciation. Again, she made me cry in front of the crowd, you know, because his sponsor read the email and I couldn't hold back my tears. And that letter, that email was very touching. She said, without DXN, she cannot be healthy today. Right? This is the lady that I told you that she's been taking a lot of food supplements before she had cancer. When she came to me, that was the year 2008. She already underwent mastectomy, that is, she had a breast removed. She already started her second cycle of her chemotherapy. And what happened? She went to the doctor that I told you just now. No, I don't believe in alternative method. I don't believe in supplement. That same doctor that's giving the chemotherapy, you know. She went there, of course she has been given the best chemotherapy according to her. But as you know, it's true, if the more expensive is the chemotherapy, the more side effect it has. So what happened? After the second chemotherapy, her platelets started to drop. Her platelets, our normal platelets count should be 300, but she dropped to 70. And of course, I was with her that day. The doctor said if she cannot increase her platelet count in time, she may have to stop the chemotherapy because it's too big. Because if the platelet is too low, the patient can bleed. I give another example, the bleeding. The bleeding after the chemotherapy is my cousin. My cousin, he was 50 years old and he has a tumor behind his chest, because it's too near the heart and the doctor cannot do surgery. So he went back to the same doctor. Of course, the doctor gave him the most expensive treatment. They say the chemotherapy was the best. But I am more far-sighted than the doctor because I know my cousin was obese and he has been eating a lot of mutton, beef, he loves all this type of food. Can you imagine the environment in his body? Sticky, clogged circulation. So can you imagine, can the chemotherapy reach the site of the cancer? You all are expert already, okay? Now, so I told my cousin, if you carry on with the chemotherapy, you may have more harm than good because the drug cannot reach the tumor and it may kill all the good cells. And he did, because he doesn't want to believe my therapy. He said he believed in the doctor. So what happened? He started his chemotherapy and the second cycle, he began to have low platelet count. And at one time it dropped to 10. And the doctor tried, of course he had a lot of blood transfusion, but the transfusion is just like you're pouring water in the sand. He was losing all his platelets. Where to? Yeah? So in the end he died of bleeding. He did not die of cancer. I lost my cousin. He died because he doesn't believe. Because he did not believe. He died after chemotherapy, the second cycle. So this is the message I try to get across. Those who are blessed with wisdom, you will believe. Yeah? Okay. So this young lady has the wisdom. So I told her she should take 3 bottles of gel powder, and I challenged her. If you take 3, you stop all the supplements, all your expensive supplements. You just take my 3 bottles of gel powder. For your information, 1 bottle of gel powder is 60 capsules. She's taking 3 bottles, and that day was Friday. Friday morning, Saturday and Sunday, and Monday she has to go back to the hospital for review. And on Monday morning, her platelet from 70 raised to 280 within 3 days. And of course, after that, she went through all the chemotherapy, and today she is healthy. It's almost 4 years now. No relapse. And she's a pretty lady. And of course, after the chemotherapy, you can see that, she lost her hair. I was unable to get her latest photo, but now she is so pretty with a beautiful hair. I've shared with you all the people, all the patients. Can you imagine this is my father? I told you my father, he had high blood diabetes and had stroke, okay? So when he had stroke, he maintained his 6 RG and 6 GL. But of course, sometimes he said, he doesn't want to burden me, so I cut down 3 capsules a day. So in the year of 2007, how many years? 6 years. Yeah, he had stroke in 2001. And one day he complained that he could not urinate. So I took him to hospital just to make sure his prostate is okay, but it wasn't okay. His PSA is the prostate-specific antigen, which is the tumor marker for prostate. And normal is less than 4, but his was 1,544. So of course, we can imagine that it's bad. And it was really bad. It was really bad. Because his bone scan results show that he has extensive bone metastasis. All his spine is affected. His elbows, his knees, his feet. And the doctor gave him bad news. He said he can only survive for 3 months. But I love my father. I have treated so many cancer patients. I must be able to treat my father with my experience. So I look at his medical report. Today I'm going to share with you. My father has been taking 6 pair of LGGL with the bad result, but all his organs are free from cancer. Through my experience, at this result, patient will have metastasis everywhere. Why? It's only in the bone and not in the liver and not in the lungs. Because my father has been taking 6 LG, 6 DL, and you know that Ganoderma has this ability to consolidate, to capsule the cancer, so it will not go anywhere. But because the 6 pair of LG and GL is too minimum dose, it's not strong enough to prevent him from cancer. But however, the cancer is only confined in the bone. It made my treatment a lot easier, because my father can go through the treatment with less reflection. So when I look at the medical report, oh, lung is clear, liver is clear, I'm very happy. In the bone, he may not be able to feel anything. So I gave him at that time, our product is Mycodiet. But now we call it Mycovita in Malaysia. So it's the same formulation, it's only changed the name. So my father was on Mycovita, 1 sachet with about 400 to 500 ml water with 1 bottle of GL. Yeah.
Oh,
Shake it up. Shake it up. So my father was taking twice a day. And of course the GL powder, the fortified, 30 ml 3 times, Moringi 30 ml 3 times, Prina 10 tablet 3 times, Cordyceps is 5 tablet 3 times, and Dorset is 10 tablet 3 times. And can you imagine what happened next? Because when in Malaysia, when we go to the government hospital, it's a long waiting list. Yeah, so they find that this is an elderly cancer. There is no urgency to give you a very quick appointment. So by the time I get the hospital appointment, that was in January. What happened in September? 2.5 months later, after he consumed DXN products, his PSA result dropped from 1,544 dropped to 34.46 without any medication. He just had a simple surgery to remove the prostate, that's all. No medications being given. Because maybe the doctor thinks that my father is too old for any medication at this stage. So by the time I got the appointment from the government hospital, his PSA result already dropped to 60. Yeah. And of course, we went to the hospital, he wasn't given anything. He just got, okay, you come back in 3 months later. And of course, when 5 months later, his PSA continued to drop. Yes. And by October 2009, and this is almost 2 years, he is completely free from cancer.
So still taking the same dosage?
Same dosage. Same dosage. Now, my father is my own R&D, the most successful R&D because he's my father. I am the decision maker. I can decide how much my father can take. Because a cancer patient, whether he survives or not, depends on the decision maker. Because sometimes the family has too many members. If the patient has too many sons, and this son will agree, that son won't agree in the end, the poor patient has no chance to take the products. But this here, I am the one who decide the dose for my father. I am the one who pay for the products. So the nursing part is only my brother and sister because they live, my father lived with them. So he has been taking the whole range of products till today because I find that I want my father to have good health and longevity. And today, of course, is already 5 years. This is our latest photo with Michelle here because she's living for Adelaide, so she wants to have a photo for her grandpa to remember her. And this is the latest photo. Our Chinese New Year, we just finished our Chinese New Year. And my father is still...
My name is Adelaide.
Sorry?
My name is Adelaide.
Oh, my name is Adelaide. Yeah, you can imagine. Chinese New Year, I'm working in Australia, you know. I should be on leave. I should be on leave, but I'm still leave. So we should go for...
We celebrate Australia.
How many Chinese here? Only 3 of us?
Let's go out tonight and have nice.
All right, Helen, we'll go for Chinese New Year celebration. Yum cha.
Not my time.
Yes, so in fact we haven't finished our Chinese New Year, but here I am in Australia. So this is the testimonies I tried to share. But there you are. You can trust this. DXN products has been all the certification, yes, and of course we are proud to see TGA. Is your Australian Therapeutic Good Administration certification. And of course with this, we also have those certifications from Europe. The European Union, they approve all our products. So it is safe to consume.
That in the USA?
Yes, and we have in California. If you go into dxn2u.com, you're able to see all the international branches. So you can sponsor anyone just through email, tell them what you know, yeah, and help your friend to become healthy. So what is your part? You don't have to be so professional like me. Just share your own experience with your friend. Your friend will believe you. Yes? So just tell them tell the story, or your own testimony. Okay? And of course, today, with the knowledge that I have shared with you, you are more professional. You are more professional. So you can give this range of products to your friends or your friends in need with confidence. So tell the story. Then, by organizing some home party, have a few friends, 5 or 6 people from your neighbors, have some coffee. When they drink coffee, they enjoy your coffee, and then you try to share with them why DXN products is essential in life. Yes? It's unlike other food supplements because our DXN product, it works. It balances the body, it works to the cellular level. Right? And how to start? You have to consume. You are what you eat. I always believe you are what you eat. Now, today I want to know how many of you, before that, you believe you are going to be wealthy in DXN, right? Yes, all of you. And what is wealth? Wealth is equal to health. Yes? And what is wealth? Without health, you cannot enjoy your health. But health, it doesn't come in the form of only money, properties. It includes all our loved ones. Your loving wife, your lovely children, and they are all your assets. Without your health, you cannot enjoy your happiness in your family. So, I always emphasize, you want to enjoy your wealth, you must be able to maintain your good health. And you are what you eat. You eat too much, you're fat. You eat little, you thin. Now, you are all Ganotherapy members. DXN members. You are what you eat. Are you healthy? How many of you take 6 out of these 60L daily? Please put up your hand. Congratulations. Give a big applause. 1 LG, 1 GL. Please put up your hand. Give a big applause. 2 LG, 2 GL. Yes? Okay. Give yourself a big applause. 4 LG, 4 GL. Give us a big applause. 6 LG, 6 GL. 30 LG, 30 GL. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah. That's why I always emphasize on you are what you eat. You are what you eat. You want to. And I have been taking this micro diet. You know, when we start to eat micro diet, before that there is no labels. We come in a clear bottle with the powder. But because of mutual trust in Dr. Ling, I've been taking that powder 11 years ago. And I told you, I have a lot of problems. When I was 42, I have problem with my hemorrhoids, I have eczema. Yeah, Helen, you know, poor us when we were in nursing in England, we have to do a lot of background. I couldn't do backgrounds. I couldn't give injections. And in winter, my hand would bleed because of the eczema. Wow. The doctor said it's contact dermatitis. And I never shake hands with friends because I feel ashamed to shake hands with friends with rough hand. And I couldn't stay long in the winter because my hand would crack and bleed. How pitiful I was being a nurse. And the doctor said, Jane, if you can't do nursing, you go home. Asked me to go home. I went all the way from Malaysia to do nursing, and there doctor asked me to go home. So what I did was I always had to wear gloves. Wear gloves when I did nursing. And that was me. For how long? For so long. I came back to Malaysia. I had to continue my nursing and the injection, come and take this period till I met DXN in 2001 because of my father. You please shake my hand. Nice? So yeah, I'm proud to shake hands with you now because I have smooth hair. I have to share with you a little secret, you know, my Michelle. You know, Michelle was, when she was born, she slept beside me because she's breastfeeding. Every day she would touch mommy's hand. Mommy, mommy. One day she said, Mommy, why your hand is so smooth? That time was when she was 3-4 years old. She can talk. She lost her mommy's hand because she only remember her mommy had rough hand. But one day mommy presented her with smooth hand, she couldn't remember that is mommy's hand. So my husband said must buy a doll's hand for her to carry. See, so that was my eczema. And of course, my arthritis, I couldn't bend my knees. I couldn't squat properly. I couldn't drive long distance because of my numbness. And another thing was my scalp. The eczema also affected my scalp, you know. So today, no skin problems, and that is because of DXN. And I have been consuming this all the range product, including the Microvita for 11 years. Now, how do you use Microvita? If you think you want to maintain your health like this young lady, half a packet, quarter packet for maintaining health is okay. But make use of Microvita for detoxification. Because if you never detox the body, you have a lot of toxins accumulated. So how do you detox? You can buy one box, which is 30 sachet. Now you do your detoxification periodically. So what you do is, you shake up one sachet in the 500 ml water. So you do fasting. Fasting meaning you only fast in the first morning, about 2 hours. You get up 7 o'clock, well, you only fast 2 hours, everybody can. You just, between that 2 hours, you just drink Microvita water. Then after that, you can have a light breakfast, light lunch, and do that for 10 days, right? And then you repeat 2 months later or 3 months later, depends on your lifestyle and the type of food you take. And I'm sure you will be blessed with the good health and longevity. Okay, how to begin? Just like I told you, begin with you. Now you have to prove to people you're healthy. Then you make your friend healthy, your neighbors, your relatives, to start with you and start sponsoring. When you share your people, you sponsor. Why sponsor is very important? By becoming a member, you will be eligible to a lot of benefits, including you can consume free products later on, yeah? And business start with you, provides health, the DXN products provide health products and benefits, and you start sponsoring your friends, and you will be rest assured DXN, what DXN can do, health and happiness. So that is the opportunity you're given today. So take Ganotherapy daily, have good eating habits, and of course, if possible, try to reduce stress and be DXN health messengers and be DXN healing angels. God bless you.
Thank you.